Hello everyone, this is Javamonk, and welcome to episode 90 of the Survival Series. Which means the countdown to episode 100 has begun. Rev up the hype train, because this is the 10th to last, I guess, we only have 10 episodes left to the finale of the series. So, let's start off with some poetry. Let's start off this episode. And this also means that pretty much every episode at this point is going to be an enormous project of some kind. And this episode is no exception whatsoever. Okay, it helps if I actually connect this system. I connect the redstone, because I was doing some background redstone. It would help if I actually connected it. I said, let's start with some poetry for this episode. Our haiku for this episode is: let's speak only in "Are you serious? No way" refrigerator. Alright. Oh, and since this is episode 90, we're starting a new chest for the haikus and limericks. So, today's limerick is: there was a young lady of quirk who said it is just as I feared. Once a kid walked by, a tutor who taught her just painted it right where you're sitting. Okay. Again, I say this all the time now, but at some point these limericks and haikus will make sense. At some point. They almost did a couple times. Right. So this episode, we're going to be using all of these materials, all lined up in these shulker boxes. So, in these shulker boxes, this is, by the way, a humongous, massive redstone project. So, we're going to be using one shulker box, two shulker boxes, three shulker boxes, four, and a bunch more shulker boxes full of observers, plus one and almost two shulker boxes of trapdoors, plus a ton, over 15 stacks of repeaters, plus a whole bunch of melon blocks. This is actually going to be the thing that I'm going to be used to place the redstone. I'm going to be using melon blocks because I have literally tons. Seriously, literally tons. Every single one of these shulker boxes is full of melon blocks. And all of these shulker boxes are going to be put to building the world's laggiest contraption. I am not kidding. This is also the world's coolest contraption, but it's going to be the world's laggiest contraption. So, I'm thinking so it is not going to be built anywhere near the mansion. Instead, I'm going to build this super laggy redstone contraption right on top of this hill next to Shadow Chicken. That's officially his name because he's covered in shadows. Shadow Chicken. Sounds like some sort of heavy metal band. And this is what we're building. Seriously, this right here. This here is Mumbo Jumbo's mega pixel art machine thingy. I don't remember what he called it. But this is entirely his contraption, and pretty much no modifications were made. Because, quite honestly, I don't understand this very well. And also, but I am making some replacements for different redstone contraptions. Instead of hoppers, I'll be using trapdoors because I don't have nearly enough hoppers, and the last time I tried to build an iron farm, I totally failed. So, I'm not building an iron farm at all. So, this right here is the loudest and laggiest redstone contraption in the world. Let me just demonstrate. I'm just gonna spell out 90 here by pressing these buttons, and you'll see in a minute that this is gonna become yeah, it's already started lagging my PC up. Okay, let's see if we can actually get the 0 in here. Okay, almost there. You see, Mumbo Jumbo's video actually doesn't show the block sounds, which I do appreciate actually, so here we go. The pixel art is slowly coming into view, and here. Almost. Okay, this is button number 4 on this row. Right there. Okay, so there you go. It takes a long time to actually figure out what it's doing and figure out what's supposed to be displayed and what isn't. There we go, 90, spelled out with the pixel art displayer. And yeah, this thing is the loudest contraption to ever exist. See, when I was testing this thing out, there were pistons firing constantly. Take a listen. So if I just there. That's the perpetual sound. And with trapdoors going off constantly like this is going to be a loud contraption. And also incredibly laggy. Like, it's already lagging my world like crazy. So, yeah, let's just reset the whole thing. It's so nice that there's a reset button. So there we go. And what you'll see is a bunch of redstone lamps going upwards diagonally, like that. So there we go. Seriously, this is what we're building. For real. And yes, the contraption does work if I replace all the wool with melon blocks, because, after all, as far as I know, there are no places where sticky pistons are pushing blocks. And also, everything works if you replace the hoppers with trapdoors. So here is the boundary of this humongous machine. Now, here's an interesting thing. Scaffolding, another use for scaffolding, it can actually be used as a measuring tape, just like the measuring tape block in my mod. So, here's the redstone lamp display, and I'm thinking having the array of buttons right here, on the ground over here. Got all the shulker boxes laid out, and it goes, I'm going to have to remove this kind of golden elevator that was used for shulkers back in episode 83. And, or maybe I'll at least remove a piece of it. But the rest of it, yeah, I'm going to need to dig out quite a bit of area. So, this is an absolutely monstrous redstone contraption. Absolutely enormous. I don't think I've said that enough. This thing is huge. All of the observers that are going to be directly powering the redstone lamps, all of them are now in position. So, I'm not going to actually hook up the redstone lamps just yet. And to do that, I just need to place gold blocks or melon blocks between the observers and the lamps. I'm not going to do that just yet because redstone lamps turning on and off can, even with the advanced lighting engine, it still lags out the game. So while I'm placing more trapdoors and observers than I care to count, I'm going to just continue keeping the redstone lamps disconnected. I keep forgetting just how much the stone slabs actually blend in with stone buttons. For some reason, I'm still associating stone slabs with these stone slabs. And that is wrong. These are smooth stone slabs. I think I have enough to replace this button panel. Phase 2 is now complete. So we have a grid of buttons that will eventually be hooked up to a grid of redstone lamps. And right now we have a kind of weird row of observer faces. All of these observer faces correspond to individual pixels of this redstone lamp display. So this right here, this underground portion, is phase 2. So phase 3 this is still just the observer pipelines. There's no actual logistics behind this. This is just the signal. This is just the things to transfer the signal around. So next up will be the part to curl the observer pipeline so that they go down the ramp over here past that creeper, and eventually there'll be some actual redstone lines looping around and leading back to this grid of buttons. So yeah, we still got a lot of work to do. But phase 2 is now complete. hope you enjoyed that time lapse of me building this pixel machine. So, I had to turn the render distance way, way, way down for this next part. It's so far down that it's at Herobrine spotting kind of render distance. It's such a low render distance that you can't see the full machine because it's covered in clouds. It's that insane. Render distance 2, because this thing is the laggiest, the loudest machine in the whole world. Check this out. I'm gonna press a button right there. So then, take a listen. Okay. So a light lit up. The exact light that this button relates to. Maybe this button. So I can also turn off that light. And just to hear the noise factor of this, let's actually activate this light. So take a listen. Yeah. That trapdoor opening noise is perpetual. As long as the machine is running and has a pixel being displayed, that's the noise that's constantly going to be playing. Just trapdoors flipping up and down, up and down, up and down. It's like a computer, but not able to actually receive instructions or anything like that. So there we go. That is the Pixel Painter. So-called. At least that's what it's called. So, yeah. This is a really cool machine, and in fact, let's make the thumbnail for this episode. The world's laggiest machine is now displaying 90. And yeah, this is basically a slideshow now. You know what? With it. And thankfully the Wandering Trader is looking right at us for the screenshot. That's pretty cool. Oh, speaking of Wandering Trader, let's real quick push the emergency stop button to stop this machine. If I can reach it. Oh, come on. Maybe if I walk closer. There we go. And soon the lag will end. There's just going to be one brief spurt of lag, and then it's all over. Okay. Here goes. Any minute now. Let's hope that... There it goes. And... Whoa. Okay, I think the lag's gone now. Nope. Never mind. Yeah, 1 FPS. Fantastic. Yeah, like I said, this is the world's laggiest machine. Now what I'm wondering is, why am I still getting such slow frame rate? My render distance is 2. I've turned off the machine. Everything is off. So why am I still getting weird frame rate? Okay, a quick world restart later. We can now take a look at what this Wandering Trader's up to. Hey, Wandering Trader. You're stuck, by the way. Let's see, he's selling coral, oxydaisies, coral, lily pads, purple dye, and packed ice. The coral's pretty nice. If only I had emeralds to trade. Ever since the villager breeder shut off, I have no villagers that I can actually use to trade. So, yeah. Sorry, Mr. Wandering Trader. The next step, I think, should be to terraform this so that all that's actually displayed is, well, the display and the array of buttons. And actually, I'm perfectly fine with this mass of observers and trapdoors behind here. That's actually kind of adds to the effect. But I'm not okay with the redstone just laying out all over the place here because, well, things like Wandering Traders can fall in. And I don't like that. So, I guess we can just cover this up. I've now covered up the entire redstone with dirt and grass, and that wandering trader is forever trapped. I wanted to showcase a really cool trick with scaffolding that I discovered while building this. So, I'm standing here at the corner of the scaffolding. Whoa, try not to fall. Now what this allows you to do is actually go up and down really, really fast. Check this out. You hold shift to go down the scaffolding, and you go down really, really quickly. It's kind of like falling. But then to go up, you can just, you're basically jumping from scaffolding to scaffolding. And if you have jump boost, you're jumping between multiple things of scaffolding. So that's pretty neat. Anyway, this is just a flat plane. So, and we do have areas where it does go around hills. So we got some terraforming to do. And maybe it'd be a good idea to light up the redstone down below. So that way, I am leaving that scaffolding on the corner here, just in case I need to go down and do some maintenance. Hopefully I never have to do that. Okay, here's some of the terraforming work I've been doing, and yeah, actually trying to place dirt and grass to fit the mold of a hill is actually really, really difficult for me. And here's the thing. One of my cousins actually suggested that since I find building sky islands so easy, why not just think of terraforming as building sky islands, but upside down? Yeah, that doesn't actually work, because when I'm building a sky island, it's totally 100% custom made. I'm not trying to fit the mold of some already pre-generated terrain. With terraforming, that's the whole point of terraforming, is you try to fit the mold and try to blend it in with the rest of the terrain, which is very, very difficult for me to do. So, for example, I'm going to finish off this kind of one block plateau a little bit. Make it look at least semi-natural. Make it maybe not as blatantly obvious that I've dug a hole in the place and flattened it out. So, yeah, this is actually quite difficult for me to do. So, I totally dried up the lake that was here, the same lake that I used to transport shulkers directly upwards. I had to drain the lake because water right next to complex redstone is a recipe for disaster. So, real quick, let's test and make sure this thing still works. I'm going to do diagonal stripes, as things get laggier and laggier as I keep pressing the buttons. And actually, here's a brilliant idea. Turn the render distance way, way down. There we go. Whoa, okay. I think that's enough. So here we go. There's the diagonal stripe. Right, and reset. There we go. So now all that's left is to clean up all these shulker boxes. And actually next episode we're going to do some major cleanup work. So yeah, let's just put all this dirt and grass back in, and then gonna clean up all these shulker boxes and end the episode. Alright, the circuitry is now lit up with torches. The wandering trader seems to have disappeared. And now, with all of these shulker boxes, I'm now going to very bravely run away and run back to the mansion as quickly as I possibly can. And hopefully not scare myself with the ghast. Made it. Barely. Alright, and now we can just drop off these shulker boxes and get my inventory back, because I overestimated how many slots 25 shulker boxes would take up. And I think that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please let me know. So, off camera, I'm just going to put away all the stuff that we dug out from that giant hole that builds the giant circuit that's essentially a pixel painter. The world's laggiest and loudest machine in existence. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.